Turner's killing was the start of a violent Saturday night. Here is a look at the shootings that followed throughout the city. At one point, 14 people shot while watching a fireworks display on Auburn Avenue. 2 of those victims died. Police say at some point a vehicle hit someone, which led to a fight between several people, and multiple people started shooting. For several weeks, people living in the Sweet Auburn neighborhood have asked police for help controlling large parties that pop up around there. APD said it would work to address those issues this weekend. 11 Alive's Caitlin Ross listened to a virtual Atlanta City Council meeting where both council members and members of the public had different ideas on how to address change.
People really want to be heard on this issue. The City Council president announced there was 13.5 hours of public comment, so they'd have to delay hearing the rest of the agenda until tomorrow.
We're now going to go into a moment of silence.
The start of the City Council meeting was quiet as members honored people killed by gun violence over the weekend in Atlanta. The public comment section was anything but, with hundreds of people calling in to talk about the violence.
People are dying. People are being murdered.
This caller expressed support for the Rayshard Brooks bill that would reallocate $73 million from the Atlanta police budget to different community-based initiatives. There were a number of people who agreed.
Policing and public safety really needs to change in a major way here in Atlanta.
But others spoke strongly in favor of APD, saying officers are doing the best they can to stem the violence under difficult circumstances.
Crime in Atlanta has gone through the roof. This is insane if you think it's a good idea to defund the police. We are concerned and we do not support defunding the police.
That public comment will be playing continuously on the City of Atlanta website until 4 o'clock in the morning. City Council members will then reconvene tomorrow to vote on that initiative that could reallocate some Atlanta police funding.